113 commandments, nigga, and you can't do 10, my nigga. Matter of fact, you can't do 1, my nigga. Let's see if you can stop eating pork. I see that pork juice running down your fork. Talk about you blessed in the streets, New York. That tight Christian 3-piece suit that you bought. When you gonna rock that? When you go to court? Maybe Sunday, better get Easter. I blast at you masters, knowledge reigns over all you teachers. Pedophile supporters, cool rigor mortis. Your niggas out of order. When Christ returns, you hear the screams in the chorus. Now breathe.
Revelations 6 and 17. For the great day of his wrath is come, and who shall be able to stand?
Discuss the society that we live in, man. And we gotta separate from the society. We gotta separate. How long does the white man have to murder and kill for you to realize he's a goddamn devil? How long does he have to murder and rape and arrest and shoot unlawfully for you to realize this white man is a goddamn beast?
All he does is rape, murder, steal, and plunder. You understand that? And as a result, they destroyed our people. And as a result, our people are running around with the goddamn Wu-Tang Clan because there's a Jewish imposter on the planet. When you take away a man's identity, you can replace it with anything. That's why we're in every religion.
And what I'm telling you, what I have to teach you, every race does it automatically. You don't have to teach Asians to join themselves. You don't have to teach East Indians to join themselves. You don't have to teach Arabs. When them Africans come over here from Africa, you don't have to teach them that. You don't have to teach the Vietnamese. You have to teach us. You have to teach us.
Count it. Know better, do better. No worries. Shop. I'm a trench baby. My bed's a sofa. Serve sandwiches heated up in a toaster. Project niggas on the rush for the cold crush. Backbot niggas lost in the world's lust.
I'm from a trench, from a hole in the wall, from a corner where there's no one to call. You all alone, nigga, in a dark place, turned away from the Lord. Trying to sell yourself short, what you cannot afford. A hood booger from the bottom, most people won't go. In the trenches where only savages roam. Bradley Coors, DP Booker T, the woods is my home. From a place of gunshots ringing, bodies found on the norm, shit crazy. You either from there or you not, you'll get left there. It's slump left on a timeout like it was daycare. It's the trenches, baby, move reckless, you'll lose your necklace. You'll get left breathless and helpless, there's no protection, baby. I'm an 80s baby. I'm from the era of crack cocaine, hypodermic needles, mama's acting shady. I know I came from the bottom, this shit is fucked up. Watch my father turn to a junkie, my uncle followed up.
I'm a trench baby. My bed's a sofa. Serve sandwiches heated up in a toaster. Project niggas on the rush for the cold crush. Backbot niggas lost in the world.
I'm from a back block where they have knots. They sold rocks and pop cops. We don't pop lock, we pop shots. Why not? We ain't got nothing to live for. We just trying to survive. We nothing but stray dogs. Hey y'all, you ever seen a menace before that'll do anything to keep his life going on? Challenge who? Show him what some damage to do. Rearrange everything, remanage his crew. What you gonna do? Nothing but sit and watch. You sissy and twat, talking like you really you not. Nigga, stop. I seen your kind, my nigga. You the type that get hit from behind, my nigga. We ain't the same, different thing, different mind, my nigga. Different time, but it's all good, it's fine, my nigga. I'm a lion and you just be lying, my nigga. Hot like a frying pan and you dry, my nigga.
I'm a trench baby. My bed's a sofa. Serve sandwiches heated up in a toaster. Project niggas on the rush for the gold crush. Backbox niggas lost in the world's
I
lust.
was dirty, I was poor, I was kicking in your door. I ain't really need a reason, I had less, you had more. Tip was dumb high, it was like 104. We gon' play ball, grab a breast out the store. Get into some arguments, somebody gon' snore. Nigga that had lost, grabbed the hammer like the Thor. I guess we knew better, embarrassed him in front the horse. Block start sounding like thunder on a sunny day. Ain't nobody get hit, so that shit was in the way. Then it dropped to 85, it's 11 at night. Hit the valley, catch a baddie, try to rip me in the alley. Light skin, super fatty, first night, called me daddy. We went to selling valley, we was living on so badly. Before when West had grabbed me, back when Satan would still stab me. When drugs would make me happy and the lap dance would trap me. Whoa.
I'm a trench baby. My bed's the sofa. Serve sandwiches heated up in the toaster. Project niggas on the rush for the gold crush. Backbox niggas lost in the world's lust.
Hey, Shalom Israel. Priest and Officer Shalai Yala represent the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, coming out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General Yohana, the true leader of this nation. Just wanted to come to you briefly. If you have been paying attention to the music and to different videos and different things on the television and within the media, you see that that this oppressor has come up with a new term for young black men, which is YNs. We seem to have adopted that term and made it a part of our vocabulary when it comes to talking about God's chosen people, God's chosen soldiers, chosen warriors, scholars, kings, princes, royalty. Society has berated them and decided to title them YNs. Okay, it's absolutely disgusting, first of all, for a society full of oppressors and venomous snakes and demons and devils and vultures and parasites to give a name to a young black or Latino Native American brother. You understand? It's absolutely disgusting. But there's a way for us to combat that as a culture. It's a way for us to combat that as a community and as the chosen people of God. And that is to raise our young men to be absolute warriors. Raise them in a fashion that is not soft and mushy and letting them have their way and letting them do things that we know are not correct. You know, we have to break a cycle of allowing our children to think that conforming to the society and selling drugs and stripping and being in gangs and hating each other is our tradition. That is not our tradition. You understand? That's not our tradition. Our tradition is to raise warriors, brothers who are equipped mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually to defend their nation, to defend their people, to defend not just their household, but the households next to them and across from them. You understand? This is how we're supposed to raise our young men up. And society is going against that. But we're going to see what God has to say about that and see what God left behind for us, the wisdom that we need to apply to our lives and to our children's lives in order to save this nation and provoke the Most High God to come and destroy this wicked society. Tell them where you at, brother.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 30 and verse 1.
Uh-huh.
He that loveth his son causeth him oft to feel the rod,
Uh-huh.
that he may have joy of him in the end.
Now, it says to that he'll find joy in the rod. Excuse me, he'll find pleasure in giving him the rod. Okay. Now, in your sick minds, rod in this case is the belt or some type of punishment or form of punishment. There's nothing wrong with putting your child on punishment. There's nothing wrong with disciplining your child, not to be excessive or not to go overboard, to beat them till they break bones and you crack flesh and things of that nature. But there's nothing wrong with disciplining your child according to the Most High God. You discipline your child and you will find joy in this child. You will put this child on the right path, This child to make you happy. This child to make themselves happy by learning to be obedient, learning to follow directions, and learn how to love correction and righteous correction from their father, from their mother, from their parents, from their loved ones. So there's nothing wrong with disciplining your child. Go ahead.
And we'll come verse 2. He that chastiseth his son shall have joy in him.
Now, to chastise your child with to sharply disapprove of something they're doing wrong. If they want to sell drugs, you have to chastise them. If they want to walk around with their mother's shoes on in the house, you chastise them. If they want to sag their pants, knowing that's a culture from buck breaking, you chastise them. If they want to beat on their sister and things of that nature, so violent natures, you chastise them. You understand? If they pick up habits of stealing, you chastise them. You understand? If they want to be like other nations and want to talk about bleaching their skin and having sexual transgender thoughts and things of this nature, you have to chastise them. Why? These are things that go against the Most High God. So you chastise them. You have to do that if you want to save your child. If you want to save our children, we have to chastise them. And in that chastisement, it will bring joy. It will bring absolute joy, as opposed to allowing a child to run around and do what they want to do and be free. And they have all this liberty in the world where they can make their own choices and be who they want to be. Like Dwayne Wade's son had the right to just be what he want to be. Now trying to turn into a girl, a 6'7" girl. Like Magic Johnson's son, a 6'10" girl, trying to be. You understand? Because there wasn't enough chastisement. It wasn't enough telling them to stop. It wasn't enough sharp disapproval of what's going on. And that's why we have to be hardcore on top of our sons. You understand? To raise warriors and not YNs. To raise absolute warriors. Go ahead.
And shall rejoice of him among his acquaintance.
Now, when you get around your friends, you brag about your son. You talk highly about your son. How wise he is, how smart he is, how obedient he is, how dangerous he's going to be to the enemy, how dangerous he's going to be to anyone who tries to come against this nation or come against his family. A mentally and spiritually and physically strong son. You'll brag about him to your friends. You understand? Not brag to put them down, but brag to encourage them to raise their sons the same way. To encourage your acquaintances to have their daughters marry a son just like yours. Keep going.
We'll come verse 3. He that teacheth his son grieveth the enemy.
You understand? You teach your son. You understand? And you chastise him and you love him and you show him the way. You understand? And grieve those enemies. You understand? Those enemies are going to pay through the hands of your son. Go ahead.
And before his friends he shall rejoice of him.
You understand? Once again, in front of them friends, you're gonna just brag about this marvelous young man you're raising, this marvelous warrior that you're raising, this marvelous soldier that you're raising. You understand? You're gonna love it. You're gonna love to see the face of your enemies, of how sharp and how bright and how wise that your son is that you're raising up. Have your enemies shaking in their boots because this young, vibrant young man is on the rise of being an absolute super solid warrior, certified warrior. Go ahead.
Verse 4. Though his father die.
Though the father may die one day. Go ahead.
Yet he is as though were not dead.
Now, even though the father may die, the son steps in his place, already trained, already ready for the moment his father was going to pass away. He is sharp, he is ready, he is willing, he is able, and he is determined to step into the place of his father and do equally as well or even better because he's raised to do better. You understand? It's just like the father is still here. He just went back to his youth again. You understand? That's how we raise our sons, to step into the place of righteous men, to step into the place of righteous warriors, of obedient servants to the Most High God. Go ahead.
For he have left one behind him that is like himself.
You understand? It's a glorious thing to have a son that you can leave behind. You understand? To be just like his father, righteous like his father, diligent like his father. You understand? Understand what I'm saying? This is the type of children we should be raising. The way we should raise our sons. This is way better than a YN. This is way more accomplished than a YN. This is way more. This is more royalty than a YN. You understand? How dare the society degrade a young black man, degrade a young Latino man down to a YN? When the Most High God wants you to be a wise warrior. You understand? A scholar, a priest, a prophet. You understand? Keep going.
Verse 5. While he lived, he saw and rejoiced in him.
You understand? While he lived, he saw him. The father got a chance to watch his son grow into a man. Not get jealous of his son, not mislead his son, not allow his son to have all this liberty and do whatever he wants to do. No, to guide the young man, to stay hard on him, but not just stay hard on him like a tyrant, but to stay hard and to let him know this is the direction you must go. You understand? And he gets to sit back and watch this. And don't forget, you may not have a son yourself, but don't forget this. You're somebody's son. You understand? You may be a female listening and may not have no sons. But guess what? You got a father. You may have a brother, a cousin, a nephew. This is how they should be raised. This is the example they should follow. Go ahead.
And when he died, he was not sorrowful.
The son didn't have to cry when his father passed away because he did everything his father wanted him to do. You know, a lot of times, some brothers and sisters, they go crazy when their mother died. You know why? Because of guilt. Because of being disobedient, being nasty, cussing them out, not treating them right. Now they get dead and gone and you can't say sorry. Now you're crying all crazy, pulling your hair all out, and now the world's coming to an end. But when you are obedient and you listen and you're raised to be a warrior, raised to be righteous, raised to obtain wisdom, to display wisdom, to perform the laws of the Most High God. When you are raised this way and you listen and take heed to what your father is teaching you, to take heed, to learn from his righteousness, to learn from his mistakes. When you know you did right by someone, when they pass, you don't have to be sorry because you know you're going to step into their place and take it to the next level. This is how we should raise our children. This is how we should keep their mentality, not to be YNs, but to be warriors for the Most High God. Keep going.
Verse 6. He left behind him an avenger against his enemies.
He left behind someone who's going to crush his enemies. You want to raise a child that's going to crush this society, crush this oppressor, crush these devils and these demons and any other power that's trying to destroy us. You raise a son that is going to go out and destroy them, who's going to avenge the death of his father, his grandfather, his great-grandfather, because that's what we do in the UPK. For all of our fathers that was in the transatlantic slave trade, for all the brothers and that shipped off to Jamaica and Trinidad and Venezuela and Brazil and everywhere else, we're going to avenge our fathers. You understand? Because some of our fathers fell short, but this is where Commander Junior Hanna picked it up and raised young men to be righteous warriors, to step into the place of our fathers who are gone, to be righteous warriors. This is how we raise young men and kill that idea of a YN. Go ahead.
And one that shall requite kindness to his friends.
You understand? Going to show kindness to our friends. Be brothers and display good actions so brothers and sisters can follow your example. Go ahead.
Verse 7.
Uh-huh.
He that maketh too much of his son shall bind up his womb.
You understand? You don't want to put too much pressure on your son. You don't want to put too much on him. But you want to make sure you guide him in the right direction to raise him up to be an absolute warrior and crush this idea of being YN, not to be satisfied with being a YN, but to understand and make him understand that he is an absolute righteous warrior. And he is the best thing walking on the face of this earth. And he is the one that's going to save our nation. He's going to have a hand in moving our nation and shaking up society. You understand? Raise our sons to be strong men, wise men, and kill this idea of being YNs. With that, Israel, I say shalom.